the French became more sweet. So we, again and again, we can have the pleasure of eating, and it's nice because in France we live and we sell a lot of food, but it's not good for us because of the urban movement. A lot of people all over Europe, they move from country yards to cities, and even the German, they think, well, we will eat yourself at the beginning, at the end, like in the movie Soylent Green. You will see if you don't know. And French people, they start to fight against the junk food, and it's an alternative movement with José Bové, like President Lula in Brazil. They start to make a new idea in grains. It's Europe. They grow and they develop the system with the quantity system and Napoleon law, public code. They spread the idea that everybody has got his own private property, and we need to sell, we need to sell, we need to sell. It's all about quantity, but now we maybe need no more quantity, but maybe quality. So it changed. And with the European Union strategy, people in France, I mean in other countries, they start to learn how to eat when you are in a city and you have a virtual or artificial sport. So we need to take care of what we eat. And we see those new kind of illness, like diabetic people. So we need to learn how we are working. And also with the cow matters, cow illness, we need to make a kind of a traceability because of the spread again of illness. And people, they start to think about what we are eating in fast food, because yes, it's 100% French cows. We can see here, sorry for the red and the flesh, but we make hamburgers with this kind of industrial tools, and it's not really easy. When you stress the cows, the flesh and the nerve, they are really strong. So how to do that? In some countries, like in Argentina, we use this kind of ultraviolet system or ultrasound system that they destroy the nerves. So then the food is really tender. But we need to think how we have this kind of food cheap. It's because we take the flesh just from the bones. It's not the earth of the bone, of the flesh. So we eat, we have enough food, but what for? And we face a new matter also with in Europe is the matter of phosphates. And we start, I don't know if you have a lot of idea of this, but it's one reason why the small lakes they are always green. It's because of the phosphate. You can see here the rise and the growth of phosphate in France. So it helps the industry. And what I think is strange is that we remove phosphates when we want to go to swimming pool, but we don't remove it to eat it. So we need to think about. And why? Because it helps industrial food to be really nice, to be really sweet, to be more conservative in drinks, in desserts, in all kind of plates. But we can see that in France we have a concern of it, and some region, not all, but they start to reduce the consumption of phosphate. And for example, in my own region, in Burgundy, we reduced more than 80% in 2005, and right now because we want to make high quality aliments, we more or less don't use phosphate anymore. And because of the European Union strategy and the help of United Nations and with medias and movies, we start to have this kind of tool of worldwide carbon emission. For the first time in 2002, with the declaration of Jacques Chirac on the Earth Summit, the president of the world, they realized that they are not the only one polluting, but everybody in the world can realize that they are polluting. Before, a lot of presidents, they say, oh, we are polluting, but it's not really much. My neighborhood, they are polluting more than me. And now, with a global map, they need to face it. So it changed. And an example of that is the eco-responsibility with cars. I could take a picture on the streets of Sofia, but this is a common example with the United States because this is a public vehicle. United States, they made an electric car in 1995, but they decided to repeat themselves, and now they are making a flying car. So I don't know what we have. And at this time, we have ecological vehicle, but they are futuristic. It's like Tron, it's like the future, and we know we can't drive those cars. It's beautiful, and it's always in the car show, but we know that we can't drive it, because the reality is this. Who wants an ugly car? Nobody. So there were the Japanese people with the Prius, but this is an hybrid system, and this is a real one with a solar panel on the top. But is there one of you who saw this car on the street? Me neither. And the good projects, it's like with behavior system, because you can drive with brain when you can park the car, but also who wants this kind of car? Even in Dijon, in France, nobody wants this kind of car. And we try kind of, we have for tourist people in Dijon, we have a pod system. It's really nice, it's electric, and you turn and you move with just your body, kind of this. But people are really afraid of using this kind of vehicle. So we need new behavior tools, new systems, and we can see in reality, this is two French engineers. They decide to move to America because they have more money and they are more opportunist people. And it's good, it's a real motorcycle. You can drive till 300 kilometers per hour, so it's fast motor, and you can also make 400 miles, so it's really good, because 10 years ago this kind of moto or a car, you can just do 100 kilometers, so nobody say want to buy it, but it costs 100,000 level, this motor. So who can buy it? Nobody right now. This this is the first part. Do you have any question? No question, no further.
Could you go more on the food matter? You talk about proteins and so on. Could you tell us something more about it?
About the protein plan?
Yeah, I mean, you told us about the situation in France, how we didn't have the best exception there, but do you have any other observations in other parts of the world?
Yeah, but in France, it was really hard. I will give more examples later, but in Burgundy and in France, we sell food. So we are proud of food, and if we start to implement those kind of laws in France, at the beginning, people say, well, we kill ourselves, we cut a leg, as we say in French. So people decided not to use it. But because of the European strategy, I'm sure of this, and because the government realized that it will cost so much, and I had plenty example with smoking, with drinking alcohol. First of all, French people, they say we can't make knowledge of this for people, but because they realize that with the public health it will cost so much that they decide to apply it. And we can see it also in Germany. It's more difficult in Netherlands because they want to save the earth, but they are a really big industry with agro-food industry. In China, they are really open-minded with this, and they applied the European law really fast. Yeah, because the Chinese people, they are bored and tired that all over the world they say they are making cheap stuff, and so they want to show they are not just second-hand producers. And so we can see it not in Anglo-Saxon countries, it's not really open. But if you saw the movie Super Size Me in United States, the end of the process is that they just reduce the XXL models, but they can drink, still can drink one Coca-Cola liter in one glass. So, and in Canada, they are also, I love Canadian people, and they are really in advance in theoretical sustainable development principles, also for education. But now they face really problems because they have no negotiation with private sectors. And because of the last 10 years, they give all the keys to private sectors. Now they can't negotiate with them. So in Europe and in Asia, it's still possible. We start to apply it. It's less because of the crisis, and it starts in 2006. But well, in France, for example, we really realize that it's for our best to sell like haute couture products, food products, because it's we live on that with tourism, and I will explain more with the second part. Have a break if you want. I can continue.
2019 и 20.